Unknown Worlds, the developers of Subnautica Below Zero, Subnautica, and the newly developed Subnautica 2. They've just released a brand new devletter. This devlog was really quite cool, loads of awesome stuff in there, and it was basically a Q&A from everybody in their Discord and all of their social channels. If you do want to check those out, they will be in the description down below. They've got tons of little bits and bobs on there. We'll go over what the Q&A was today and what new details we've learnt about the game. I'm very excited and I cannot wait for Subnautica 2. If you are a fan of it, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more Subnautica. We're going to be covering everything up until it launches and then have a full detailed breakdown, guides, tips, tricks, all of that good stuff when the game finally launches, potentially later on this year. Now, this devletter doesn't have any new news about the release date. They have said there's no release date as of yet, but there has been speculation that it's going to be early sort of November and then maybe at the latest mid-December. The team will be away on Christmas from what it seems like in their Discord. They want to release it before, so they have some time off around that time. So potentially we could even see a delay. I don't think that'll be the case. I hope it won't be the case, but we could see a delay into 2026. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Now, when it comes to release platforms, they're going to be releasing on any platform that enables them to work through the early access period. So PC, Steam, Xbox, and they will also have Game Pass on release, which is great. It's coming to Game Pass on day one. They don't have any definitive price yet of what it's going to be, but same with Subnautica 1 and Below Zero. Whilst it's in early access, it will be cheaper, but I'd imagine there'll be in early access till probably 2027 at the earliest. So you'll be able to get it pretty cheap for the first sort of 2 years. So that's fine. And another frequently asked question was all about it being co-op. Is the game going to be co-op? Now, if you've seen any trailers for the game, it's definitely going to have co-op elements in there. That has been a major selling point for the team on this game. And I like that they're doing that. It does open it up to a whole new audience. But a lot of people are worried that that could taint the experience of the original Subnautica and just that emptiness, that vastness, and you being alone. And they have said that they are working on this game as a solo game. Co-op is something that is being added, but it's primarily going to be a solo player experience, just like Subnautica and Below Zero. That sense of dread that you can only feel when you're on your own. And I do love the way that those original games made you feel that. Subnautica 1 definitely made that you can't beat that, I don't think. The way that game made you feel when you were on your own, it was horrifying at some points, but also amazing at others. It was a really good game, and loved that feeling. If I could replay any game again with no knowledge of it, it'd probably be Subnautica. Brilliant game, absolutely love it. And they say because of a lot of people want that experience still, they are working mainly on that. Crossplay is also going to be enabled, so you will be able to play co-op with up to 3 friends. But like I say, the original and main focus is going to be all about that solo player experience. Now, when it comes to other things that they may want to add in the future, this is going to be very, very much later on in the development process, but it is what a lot of people would like to see, and that is mod support and a VR version. Both of those things are something that the team want to accomplish, but they're not going to be doing it yet. They're going to be saving on, moving on to those core features, focusing on that for now, and then they'll come back to those things at a later date. When most of the core features are up and running, the game is working a hell of a lot better. Because it does seem like when it launches, it is going to be quite bare bones. I did come into the Subnautica franchise quite late. It was late in the development, I think about a year before the 1.0 release. So I didn't see what it was like at the beginning. But imagine it wasn't as good and fleshed out as when I came into it. So how this is going to compare, not 100% sure. I don't know if it'll feel like the end of Subnautica 1 and 2, or whether it is going to be relatively open, because they want to make this the best Subnautica experience that you'll ever have. Now, it's not set on the original planet either of the 456 something B, but it is set on an entirely new planet. So there will be the same fauna and flora that we've seen before, but there'll also be a hell of a lot more new stuff. There'll be a lot of familiar things in there. Now, speaking of familiarity, unfortunately, something is going to be going, and that is the Cyclops and the Seamoth. The Cyclops, easily one of the best features in the original game, Absolutely loved that thing. It was so cool piloting that around. And they have said they are going to be adding something similar to that, but it won't be at the start of early access. And I think one of the biggest flaws for me in Subnautica Below Zero was I don't think there was a Cyclops. I never managed to get one anyway. So I don't think there was one. You had the sea bus, which was cool, but it just wasn't the same. And I do hope that it is something that they add relatively soon, or there's a big variant. Because that and the sea moth being gone, a little bit upsetting. They have said they are going to be adding some new vehicles, but imagine those are just going to be smaller. Now, when it comes to fast traveling across the world, having that Cyclops there as a mobile base was great, and you could stay out for ages. How it's going to work on this one, we're not too sure, because this is going to be bigger than the original map size and bigger than Below Zero. They've said they're leaving room to expand it as well, because they want this to be the biggest and best Subnautica that they've ever done. And with the world also being handcrafted, that's going to give us a lot more creepy and beautiful locations that we'll be able to go and explore, such as the lava caves and going into the underworld, all that kind of stuff that we can do in the original game, and just seeing the beauty that's around you. Even when you get up top on the land, it just looks phenomenal. So hopefully this is going to be just like that on a much grander scale. I can't wait for it to release. I'm very, very excited about this one. They also spoke a little bit about base building. And it won't just be the same modular systems that we saw in the original 2. It is going to be very different, and you'll be able to craft parts individually. So you'll be able to craft little bits here and there and make the base much more fine-tuned to your likes and what you want the base to look and perform like. I think being able to have that handcrafted base underwater as well is going to be amazing. You can craft some really, really cool things in the original and Below Zero. So what we're going to be able to craft in this, I'm quite excited. It looks cool. Everything about this is pretty damn good so far. They're saying it's focusing on the solo. It'll be out hopefully later this year. We still don't have a date. Coming to Game Pass Day 1. I'm excited. This is going to be a good one. I'm hoping there's a lot more features in there. This is a little bit, like I say, disappointing because things like the Cyclops are gone. But hopefully they do bring something like that in relatively soon. We'll have to wait and see. They have said keep an eye on their channels as they're going to release more news over the coming days and weeks. So all of those are in the description down below if you do want to check them out. Whilst you're down there, you can also check out all of my stuff we follow. That is in the link tree in the description down below. For now though, that is it from me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more Subnautica news. For now, I've been Cowboy, you've been awesome, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.